Welcome to my channel Most Expensive Coins. Diving deep into the world of coin collecting, history, and the real value behind one of America's iconic coins, the 1966 US penny. Now, I know you might have seen some headlines claiming this penny is worth millions. But is it true? And what really makes certain coins so valuable? Well, stick around to find out everything you need to know about the 1966 penny, including its history, possible value, and why some coins are worth more than others. First, let's take a quick trip back to 1966. This penny, like all Lincoln pennies at the time, features Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. The design was initially introduced in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, replacing the earlier wheat design on the reverse. By 1966, the U.S. Mint was busy. There were over 2 billion pennies minted that year. This was part of an effort to meet high public demand, and it was also during a period where there was a freeze on mint marks to discourage coin hoarding. So, unlike other years, you won't find a mint mark on any 1966 pennies. The 1966 penny is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. Today, these pennies are considered copper cents. Due to their metal content, each penny contains a small amount of copper, which can make them slightly more valuable than pennies produced after 1982, when the mint switched to mostly zinc pennies. However, if you're thinking, does the copper make it worth a lot? Not quite. Even though copper has value, a typical 1966 penny isn't rare, so most are worth their face value or slightly more for copper content. Let's address the elephant in the room. You may have seen stories or rumors floating around the internet about a 1966 penny worth millions. This is a myth. While there are rare pennies that can fetch hundreds of thousands or even millions at auction, the 1966 penny generally isn't one of them. Most of these urban legends are based on misunderstanding or simply hype around rare coins. However, that doesn't mean all 1966 pennies are worth just a penny. There are some exceptions. While most 1966 pennies are worth face value, some error coins from that year can indeed fetch a premium. Let's take a look at a few types of errors that collectors search for. This error occurs when a coin is struck twice, leading to doubled images on parts of the coin, often in the lettering or date. While double die errors are more commonly found on earlier Lincoln cents, if you do find one on a 1966 penny, it could be valuable. This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during the minting process, resulting in a portion of the design being missing. The more off-center it is, the more desirable it becomes to collectors. A 1966 penny with a major off-center strike could be worth $50 or more. These are small raised areas on the coin where the die used to strike it developed a crack or break. Die cracks and cuts aren't always extremely valuable, but unique examples might still bring in a premium from dedicated collectors. Sometimes, the metal blank used to make a coin may be clipped. These clipped planchet coins can be worth more to error collectors, often ranging from $20 to $100 depending on the extent of the clip. Apart from errors, condition plays a big role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 1966 penny in uncirculated or mint state condition can be worth a few dollars, sometimes up to $10 or $15 if it's exceptionally well preserved. Certified grading from companies like PCGS or NGC can increase a coin's value if it's graded highly. So if you happen to find a 1966 penny that looks flawless, it might be worth having it graded. Here are a couple of fun facts to wrap things up. Did you know that the Lincoln penny is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history? It was introduced in 1909 and has been in circulation for over a century. Another interesting fact is that in 1966, there was no mint mark on any coins because the U.S. Mint wanted to curb the practice of collecting based on mint locations due to a nationwide coin shortage. So there you have it. While the 1966 penny might not be worth millions, it's still a piece of American history with the potential for hidden value. Check your pocket change, your piggy banks, and those old coin jars. You never know when you might stumble upon a rare error coin. If you found this video interesting, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content on coins, collectibles, and fascinating history. And if you've got a 1966 penny at home, let us know in the comments below, maybe it's worth more than you think. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay curious. Next, 2000 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins, and we're talking about a 2000 Lincoln cent, yes, a 1 cent coin, that's rumored to have a jaw-dropping value of $28 million. What makes this penny potentially worth more than a luxurious mansion? Let's unravel the mystery and dig into the history, rarity, and details surrounding this famous 1 cent coin. Before we get into the big money claims, let's take a step back and talk about what the 2000 Lincoln cent actually is. The D mint mark on this penny tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint in the year 2000. Now, it's important to remember that billions, yes, billions, of these pennies were minted that year, so the vast majority of them are just your average 1 cent pieces. But not this one. This specific 2000 penny is believed to be one of a kind, with some peculiarities that set it apart. First, let's talk a little about the Lincoln cent's history to understand why certain coins gain such enormous value. The Lincoln cent, as most of us know it, was first introduced back in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the 100th anniversary of his birth. Since then, it's gone through a few design changes, from the iconic wheat penny to the more recent shield design. But the 2000 penny is special for an entirely different reason. So, what makes this 1 penny from 2000 worth so much? Here's where things get really interesting. This coin became widely discussed in the numismatic community because it's believed to have some extreme errors or unique qualities. Now, if you're new to coin collecting, you might wonder how errors can add value. In the world of numismatics, mistakes during minting, known as mint errors, can turn a regular coin into a highly sought-after collectible. One possible reason for its high value is that it might have a minting error so rare that it's practically one of a kind. Examples could include off-center strikes, double die errors, or unique metal compositions. These types of errors are like hitting the lottery for collectors because they make a coin rare and valuable, especially if it's the only known example. Now, you might be wondering, how does a coin's value get to something like $28 million? That's more than most luxury cars or even some artwork. Rare coins can reach sky-high values due to collector demand and historical significance. In the world of numismatics, collectors and investors are willing to pay substantial amounts for coins that are rare, in pristine condition, or have unique features that make them unlike any other. Auction houses, big-time coin collectors, and even museums will pay fortunes for coins that represent a piece of history. And if this particular penny were proven to be unique, with significant historical or minting errors, its value would be more than a matter of face value. It would be a collectible masterpiece. Many articles and rumors circulate around coins that claim to be worth extraordinary amounts, sometimes millions or even billions. But we need to be careful here. Just because there's a rumor doesn't necessarily mean it's true. While unique or rare coins can indeed reach values in the millions, it's not common, especially for coins from recent years. As of now, there's no verified sale or record proving that a 2000 penny has sold for $28 million. While a $28 million price tag might be a stretch, there are definitely some things to look out for if you're interested in rare pennies. Here's a checklist for spotting valuable coins from 2000. Sometimes, experimental or rare materials are used by mistake, making the coin incredibly valuable. If you think you have a valuable coin, sending it to a grading service can help verify its authenticity and potentially raise its value. So, realistically, what could a 2000 penny be worth? The average 2000 penny in circulated condition is still only worth 1 cent. However, a high-quality 2000 in an uncirculated condition might be worth anywhere from a few cents to a few dollars to collectors. If you have a 2000 penny that shows signs of unique errors or is in mint condition, it could be worth more, potentially hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the error and the condition. But reaching the $28 million mark would require something truly extraordinary. like a one-of-a-kind error or an unprecedented collector's demand. So, if you're interested in coin collecting or want to see if you have a valuable penny in your pocket, here are some tips. Understand what makes certain coins valuable, like historical significance, mint errors, and condition. The world of rare coins is fascinating, but remember to be skeptical of big claims without verified proof. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you understand a little more about the fascinating world of rare coins and why certain pennies can be worth big money. Let me know in the comments if you have any interesting coins or if you've ever found a rare penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more videos like this. Next, 1986 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the world of coins. We're talking about a specific coin that you may have heard of, the 1986 United States 1 cent coin, also known as the 1986 penny. But what if I told you that this 1 cent coin could be worth millions of dollars in a collector's market? Yes, you heard that right. In this video, we're going to explore the history behind this coin, the potential reasons why certain 1986 pennies are so valuable, and what makes coin collecting so exciting. So, let's dive in. To understand the 1986 penny, let's first take a quick look at the history of the penny itself. The United States penny has been around since the late 1700s. The first U.S. penny was issued in 1793, made of pure copper, and was much larger than the pennies we see today. Over the years, the design and materials have changed quite a bit, but the penny has remained a staple in American currency. Fast forward to the 20th century, the penny was redesigned in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, and it featured his profile on the obverse, or front, of the coin. This design was groundbreaking since it was the first U.S. coin to feature an American president. Now let's focus specifically on the 1986 penny. The 1986 Lincoln cent, like other pennies from that era, features Abraham Lincoln's profile on the front, with "In God We Trust" above him, "Liberty" to the left, and the year 1986 to the right. On the back, we have the Lincoln Memorial. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny image of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, which is one of the coolest design details on this coin. Now, let's break down its specifications. The 1986 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, a transition that started in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19 millimeters, and a thickness of 1.52 millimeters. This coin was produced in two mints, Philadelphia and Denver. If there's a D mark under the year, it was minted in Denver. If there's no mint mark, it was minted in Philadelphia. So, the big question: why would a 1986 penny be worth more than a cent, and how could it be worth millions? Well, like most coins, value often comes from rarity, condition, or unusual features. Let's break it down. In coin collecting, or numismatics, the condition of the coin is extremely important. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition, especially if they've been certified as mint state or MS 68 and above, can fetch a high price. A 1986 penny in such perfect condition could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Error coins are coins that were misprinted or minted with a flaw, which makes them unique and highly collectible. Some error types include off-center strikes, double dies, or even coins struck on the wrong metal planchet. A 1986 penny with a unique error could be worth thousands or even millions, depending on how rare and unusual the error is. Imagine if only one of these coins had a distinct, unique feature due to a one-off error or a misprint, making it the only one of its kind. This hypothetical, one-of-a-kind 1986 penny could draw in an enormous amount from a dedicated collector, especially in an auction setting where collectors compete for rare pieces. Now, let's talk about the realistic market value of a 1986 penny. Generally, a circulated 1986 penny in average condition is worth exactly 1 cent. However, if you have an uncirculated 1986 penny in mint condition, it might be worth a little more, say a few dollars at best. For example, a graded MS 67 1986 penny can fetch around $20 to $30. If you're lucky enough to own an MS 68, you might see values closer to $100 to $150. Let's talk about the fantasy that makes coin collecting exciting, finding a coin that could change your life. Throughout history, certain coins have sold for millions due to unique circumstances. Take, for example, the 1943 bronze Lincoln penny. During World War II, pennies were supposed to be struck on steel to conserve copper. But a few bronze blanks accidentally got through, creating one of the most famous error coins in U.S. history. Today, a 1943 bronze penny can sell for hundreds of thousands or even over $1 million in auctions. For a 1986 penny to reach that kind of value, it would need to have a unique, documented flaw that collectors believe is truly one of a kind. Perhaps a misprint, or even being struck on a rare metal by mistake. While there's no known 1986 penny like this currently valued at $47 million, the thrill of the hunt keeps collectors on their toes. If you have a 1986 penny or any other coin that you think might be valuable, here are some steps to follow. Use a magnifying glass to look for unusual features, like double strikes, off-center marks, or anything that seems different. Look up details about known errors or special mint marks for the year. Not all errors are valuable, but some can be worth quite a bit. To determine the coin's condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Grading can add value to your coin, as it certifies its authenticity and quality. Coin prices fluctuate. Follow collector forums and auction sites to get a sense of what similar coins are currently worth. To sum it all up, the 1986 penny is a fascinating piece of American history, and while most aren't worth more than their face value, there's always that slim chance of finding a rare gem in your pocket change. The joy of coin collecting lies in the possibility of discovering something special, and who knows, maybe one day you'll stumble upon that one in a million find. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to channel name for more content on collectibles, history, and hidden treasures. See you in the next video. Next, 2010 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the world of coin collecting and looking at one coin that has stirred up a lot of interest, the 2010 United States 1 cent coin, also known as the penny. Could you imagine this little coin in your pocket being worth millions of dollars? In this video, we'll talk about its history, unique characteristics, and the conditions that can make a simple penny worth big bucks. The penny has a long history in the United States, dating back to 1793. Initially, 1 cent coins were much larger and made of pure copper. Over time, as the cost of materials changed, the U.S. Mint adapted the design and composition of the penny. Today's pennies are smaller and mostly made of zinc with a copper coating. By 2010, the penny had undergone several redesigns, and for over a century, it featured Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. The 2010 penny design falls under the Shield Cent series, which was introduced in 2010 to replace the Lincoln Bicentennial reverse designs from 2009. The shield on the reverse symbolizes the preservation of the Union, a tribute to Lincoln's legacy. Here you can see the classic image of Lincoln on the obverse, which has been in use since 1909, making it the longest-running design on a U.S. coin. On the reverse, you'll notice the Union shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies. This particular design honors Lincoln's dedication to preserving the United States as one unified nation. So, what makes a penny valuable? Typically, coins can be worth more than their face value for a few reasons: rarity, historical significance, errors, or unusual minting conditions. The 2010 penny was minted in large numbers, so an average 2010 penny is usually only worth a cent. However, rare errors or unique conditions can make certain coins worth a lot more. Now, some coins, due to extremely rare mint errors or unique die varieties, can fetch thousands or even millions at auction. But for a 2010 penny to reach those values, it has to be something truly extraordinary. Let's talk about some of the conditions that can make a 2010 penny worth big money. Here are some key types of errors collectors look for. This is where the coin's design appears doubled. It's a rare error and highly sought after by collectors. If you have a 2010 penny with a noticeable doubling on Lincoln's face, date, or lettering, it might be valuable. Sometimes, coins are struck off-center, resulting in a misaligned design. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, these errors can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to hundreds of dollars. Occasionally, the dies used to strike coins crack, leaving raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. If you have a 2010 penny with a noticeable die crack or cut, a raised area where part of the die broke off, it could be worth more than face value. This error happens when a coin is struck on a planchet meant for a different coin, like a dime. If you ever find a penny that looks a little thin or silver, you might have a penny struck on a dime planchet, which is extremely rare and valuable. There have been a few rare cases where error 2010 pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, some error coins have sold at auctions for $500 to $2,000, depending on the condition and rarity of the error. But remember, these are exceptions. The average 2010 penny you find in your pocket change is worth, well, 1 cent. You might have heard some online rumors about pennies from 2010 or other years being worth millions. While it's true that some pennies can fetch enormous sums, they are extremely rare, often unique in their minting error or provenance, and undergo verification from professional grading services before being sold at auction. The idea of a 2010 penny with a face value of $29.9 million would be unprecedented. The highest value for a U.S. penny ever sold at auction was the 1943 copper penny, which sold for $1.7 million because it was a one-of-a-kind error. So, while it's fun to imagine, finding a 2010 penny worth that much would be a once-in-a-lifetime miracle. If you want to check if your 2010 penny has any value beyond 1 cent, here are a few tips. Look closely for any signs of doubling, unusual marks, or oddities in the design. There are websites and forums where coin enthusiasts share their finds and get advice. You can check out places like the PCGS or NGC websites, which have helpful tools for identifying valuable coins. If you think you have a rare error penny, consider getting it graded by a professional service like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. These services can certify the condition and authenticity of your coin, which is essential if you plan to sell it. So, while the 2010 penny in your pocket probably isn't worth millions, it's still an important part of American history, and who knows, you might just stumble across a rare error coin someday. Remember, the value of a coin is often in the eye of the collector, and certain rare finds can indeed be worth a pretty penny. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about rare coins and the hidden gems that might be lurking in your change jar, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more coin collecting tips and fascinating finds. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin or if there's another coin you want us to explore. See you in the next video. Next, 1 cent 2011 1 cent United States of America. Today, we're diving into the story behind the 2011 US penny that's worth millions of dollars, what makes it so special, how it became rare, and the features that drive collectors crazy. Let's go back to 2011. For most people, a penny was, well, just a penny. The Lincoln cent, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Union shield on the back, was in circulation just like any other. This specific design started in 2010, making 2011 only the second year of its issue. But as it turns out, not all 2011 pennies were created equal. In fact, a select few contain errors so rare that they have driven up their value tremendously. Now, what exactly makes a coin go from 1 cent to $52 million? One word: rarity. Coin collecting is a world where scarcity can turn something seemingly worthless into a priceless artifact. Sometimes, these rare coins come from minting errors, tiny mistakes that the US Mint didn't catch before the coins entered circulation. It could be an off-center strike, a double die, or even something more subtle. One such 2011 penny contains an unusual error, specifically a double die or misaligned error that collectors are constantly searching for. These errors mean that some part of the coin design was stamped twice or that parts of the design appear off-center. It's rare, it's a mistake, and it's these characteristics that fuel collectors' interest. A mint error like this can turn a single penny into a valuable treasure. So, why is this penny worth so much? In 2021, one of these error pennies reportedly sold at auction for millions of dollars. When we're talking about coins like these, the value doesn't just come from the face value. It's the rarity, the historical curiosity, and the incredible demand from collectors worldwide. And with the error only appearing in a handful of coins, the value skyrockets even further. Imagine, you could have one of these valuable pennies right in your pocket. If you're checking for these special 2011 pennies, look carefully at details under a magnifying glass. Look for doubling on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the lettering on the reverse side. Even slight variations can mean the difference between a 1-cent coin and a massive payday. Interestingly, the 2011 penny isn't the only American cent worth a fortune. The 1943 copper penny, the 1955 double-die penny, and the 1969 double-die penny are all highly sought after by collectors. Each has unique stories, errors, or features that make them worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars. So, the next time you find a penny lying around, don't just ignore it. Take a closer look. Who knows? You might be holding a rare coin that could change your life. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and with a bit of knowledge, anyone can start the hunt for valuable coins. Maybe one of you watching right now will find the next $1,000,000 penny. Thanks for joining us in uncovering the secrets of the 2011 penny. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into rare collectibles, valuable treasures, and the fascinating world of numismatics.